the specific final title was Making Contextual Sense of Virtual Cross-Cultural Interactions and how they affect trust between individuals at work. And I go on to talk about evidence from subgroups in a multinational enterprise. My life for the last 10, 15 years has been that kind of environment with projects. And from a personal point of view, the reason I chose those topics is that they are the mix of those, the nexus of those is a fascination for me. It's an active activity that I'm involved in, so there's a personal drive there. But also, as I got into the academic side, there are great debates around whether this all works or not and how it works. And even in the business environment, there are many different ways of, for example, project teams interacting and working. And there are many success factors and otherwise that are useful to find, establish, and get the message across to people that are actually in business. So I had a personal interest, I had a business interest to choose these topics. I thought I was going to be doing, quantitative questionnaires. I in fact stopped that side and I went purely to a qualitative approach. Having access to this company environment, this meant that I could incorporate many subgroups, because I also saw there's a dyadic, so the two people in a conversation, whether that's an interaction or a transaction or a process. I was also seeing different sides depending on who I was talking to, and I wouldn't have been able to get that as much from a simple questionnaire. So I think it lent itself very well to that. My perspective and dyadic trust and future proof, if you like, three main pillars, then had a number of sub pillars in there with, for example, on perspective, local drivers and adaptation needs. That's something that is really important for culture. You need to understand locally. And you need to understand what the local drivers are. It's not just because somebody's from Taiwan or the UK that they act in a particular different way. Whilst some of that, some of that might be true. Actually, what's driving them is the objectives behind their particular work. And quite often what was happening was that different countries within the multinational organization were kind of blaming each other, as if it's a nationality, a cultural thing, and it's not. We're all human beings, but we are driven by our local structures and organizations. The priorities of the environment that people are in, as mostly imposed by management and the structures and what they need to achieve there, conflict with what somebody in this other country is trying to work with them on. And small things like speed of responses, what they say, it becomes frustrating, and they don't say it in the way we expect it. So it's them, those people, and it's just about how you adapt. I have several masters and I was getting very close to the academic world. And I wanted to take it to the next level. So you need that desire first. I was able to choose an international environment, which is what Grenoble offers, amongst many, compared to many others. And that was really important to me. People obviously always say, are you looking to take it into another job or another environment? For sure, the consultancies love this kind of the fact that you're able to dig into topics, investigate, analyze, and come up with recommendations. They love to see that you're able to do that, so that's always a plus, and I certainly do. I am really grateful for that. Because sometimes I am working with consultancies as well. So I think there's a stature, I think there's a recognition. A DBA sets you way ahead of any other qualification, in my view, in the management field. you go through many different subjects, you go through many different experiences, and I think that's and in an international environment, for me, it's just a great opportunity.